Welcome to the MAGI briefing. I'm Erika Grey. What just happened in Australia has shaken the Jewish community. This was not a random outburst or a distant tragedy. Jewish families are frightened, and one expert has already called it another attack like October 7th for the community there. During what should have been a joyful Hanukkah gathering, Jews were attacked simply for being Jewish, for celebrating their own feast in what they thought was a safe place. Hanukkah is supposed to say, "We're still here." This attack tried to send the opposite message: you will never be safe. And this is not just over there or one disturbed individual we can easily explain away. It is part of a surge of anti-Semitism we are witnessing in Europe, in the US, in Australia, and across the globe. And Bible prophecy told us to expect this very pattern as we move towards the end of the age. In this briefing, I'm going to walk you through 3 layers: what happened and how it fits the global trend, why anti-Semitism always exposes the deeper spiritual war, and how Scripture frames this rising hatred as a key end-time indicator. Let's start with the facts: the Australia attack and the global trend. In Australia, during a Hanukkah event, a celebration of Jewish survival and rededication, Jews once again found themselves the target of violence. As families gathered to light candles and sing, a man entered and attacked simply because it was a Jewish event. Think about the symbolism of that. Hanukkah commemorates God's preservation of the Jewish people against attempted eradication. And in 2025, during the same feast, Jews are attacked again, not in Europe of the 1930s, but in a Western democracy that prides itself on tolerance and multiculturalism. This is not happening in a vacuum. In Europe, synagogues and Jewish schools are under increased protection. In the U.S., we've seen record numbers of anti-Semitic incidents on campuses and in cities. In cities worldwide, Jewish businesses and homes are being targeted, sometimes under the excuse of political protest. But the mask keeps slipping. It's raw Jew hatred. We're watching anti-Semitism become normalized in elite circles, on social media, in street movements. The rhetoric is escalating from criticism of Israel to calling for the dismantling of the Jewish state, and now increasingly to targeting Jews wherever they gather. Australia is one more data point in a disturbing curve that is trending sharply upward. And why anti-Semitism is never just political? From a MAGI geopolitical lens, you can analyze anti-Semitism as a tool of ideological movements, a pressure valve in times of economic stress, a way for regimes and activists to scapegoat a small, visible minority. But if you stop there, you miss the most important layer. The Bible is very clear. The hatred of the Jewish people has a spiritual root. In Zechariah 12, God calls Jerusalem a cup of trembling and a burdensome stone for all nations. That means the Jewish people and their capital become a source of irrational obsession and a rage for the world's powers. In John 15, Jesus said, "They hated me without a cause." That same irrational hatred spills over onto those connected with him and onto the people through whom he came, the Jews. In Revelation 12, we see a dragon symbolizing Satan, pursuing the woman who gave birth to the male child. Historically, the woman is Israel. This is the ongoing supernatural war against the Jewish people, intensified in the final days. So when you see an attack at a Hanukkah party in Australia, you are not just seeing random extremism. You are seeing a continuation of the conflict that begins for the Jewish people in Egypt and reaches a climax under the Antichrist in Revelation. Different geography, different century, same spiritual hatred. One of the mistakes in popular prophecy teaching is to treat anti-Semitism as just background noise before the tribulation. Scripture treats it as a central thread of the spiritual war. So how does this connect specifically to end-time prophecy? Bible prophecy is clear that in the last days there will be both a regathering of the Jewish people and a rising hatred against them. In Ezekiel 36-7, we see the regathering of the Jewish people to their land. We've already watched that happen in the modern state of Israel. But Scripture also makes clear that this regathered nation will face increasing hostility from the nations. Zechariah 12-14 speak of all nations being gathered against Jerusalem. Joel 3 pictures the nations assembled in judgment, how they treated God's people and his land. As Israel is restored politically and geographically, the world's hostility does not decrease, it intensifies. And that's exactly what we are watching now. The stronger Israel becomes, the more irrational the calls to dismantle it. The more secure Jews feel in the diaspora, the more they're violently reminded you are not safe. The attack in Australia is a microcosm of that pattern, the globalization of Jewish hatred. In previous eras, anti-Semitism was often localized, Tsarist Russia, Nazi Germany, specific regimes or regions. What we are seeing now is globalized anti-Semitism, coordinated online campaigns, shared slogans across continents, the same narratives surfacing in Europe, North America, and now Australia. Western governments wavering in their support. Cultural elites in universities turning openly against the Jews. Jews in Western nations being told implicitly, if you want safety, maybe don't be so visibly Jewish. Daniel tells us the end comes when the transgressors have reached their fullness. Jesus said that lawlessness will increase. Anti-Semitism is one of the clearest expressions of that lawlessness, because what greater way to oppose the God of the Bible and the Christ than to target the people through whom Christ came? The Australia Hanukkah attack is another reminder that Jewish communities cannot simply rely on Western values for protection. Biblically, their ultimate security will not come from the UN, Washington, Brussels, or Canberra, but from the God of Israel himself, who steps in at the climax of this story. So we should be taking a stand against anti-Semitism and working to ensure the safety of Jews in our communities. Anti-Semitism's prevalence today and in history is shocking. You will want to be sure to check out my book, Anti-Semitism Decoded, A Gentile's Journey into the World's Oldest Hate, where I recount my own ignorance and firsthand experience, and where I go into more detail about this pervasive evil. For more MAGI briefings on how geopolitics and Bible prophecy intersect, stay tuned for my next broadcast, and be sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications.